Guys, I implore you to listen to me. This is serious. There is nobody like you. No one. If you think there are certain things about yourself that you want to change, and you can change them, they're within your control. You have the power to change these things. If there are certain things in your life that you can't change, you have to get over them. There's nothing you can do about them. Dwelling on them is only going to make your present day awful. You can't fucking exist in a reality where you're worrying about things that you can't change. Think about it. As I'm saying it, it's so obvious. If you can't change something, there's no point worrying about it. There's 0 point. If you don't like the way that you look because, I don't know, you want to look like someone that you've seen in terms of your physique or something like that, something that you can change, great. That's something that you can actually action and do. That's something that I have practiced and exercised and put, I've turned it into something that I've actually achieved. I wasn't content with the way that I looked, so I started to exercise. Through doing that, I realized that exercise was my medication for ADHD, okay? This is something that is so important. Every single person, whether it be a walk around the block, a walk to town and back, a walk to a charity shop to look through the rails and think about maybe there's something that you can find there that no one else has. Whether it's going to the supermarket and going up and down the aisles and reading the ingredients, or whether it's anything, any walk, just go out to go and see the trees in the local park and look at the trees and look at the leaves and feel the breeze on your face. We need to get out. We need to get off of the hamster wheel. I don't really want to risk saying this, but I'm going to. If you were to quit your job, a job that you don't like, what's the worst that could happen? You could get on job seekers for a bit. That would help potentially, pay the rent that's going to be on top of you. I've had a situation where I decided that I don't want to work doing something that I don't want to do. Okay, I invested in myself. I took a risk and dedicated myself to my art and thinking about other ways to express myself, because I know that the actual pathway to fulfillment is creation for everyone. Okay, I don't know whether you believe in God, but God is the creator. And if you don't believe in God, there must be a creator. Think about the design. Think about the design of this planet and the coincidence. It's not coincidence. Do you not think that the person that has created this reality would want you to experience the same thing, creating things that didn't exist before, expressing yourself in a product? There's so many ways you can do it. There's so many ways that you can kind of metaphorically kind of look at art and creation. A conversation can be art. You just have to be present. Music, writing a poem, making a film, making a short film, making a YouTube video, making a video of you just talking about your feelings. There's so many ways you can express yourself, and we need to do it. We talk about small things like creating a design on Gran Turismo. That's something that I actually really enjoy doing. Look, there are so many things that can occupy this beautiful state of nothingness where we disappear into this creation, where we get to express ourselves. Expression is so important, okay? And I've said this many times, not many times on this channel, but I've said it many times to people that I've met. Don't dwell on the past. Only look at the past in a fond way. Reminiscing on great memories, looking back at pictures and thinking how amazing that was. Never ever look back at the past and regret your decisions. What is that going to do? The past no longer exists, and that's only going to make the present an absolute hell to live in. The future doesn't exist. Thinking about the future is only going to make the present sticky and horrible. And now the people drilling next door are going to potentially ruin this video, but that's absolutely fine because I've got enough off of my chest right now. But we need to remember the things that we love. We need to remember why we are here. And we are here to discover ourselves. We are completely unique. There's no one like you. There's no one that sees the world with the lens that you have. That's incredible. That is incredible. Think about that. all of the things that you have, your genetic composition, paired with your thoughts, your interests, your talents, your passions, that combination has never ever been seen before. So remember that. We are privileged to be in this existence, to have this experience together. There is no pressure. There is no pressure. We don't need to do anything other than breathe, eat, and drink water. We don't need to do anything. Relax. Be kind to yourself. It's okay. Anything bad that's happened in the past is not your fault. You will be able to change, recover, and move on. Everything is okay. You are beautiful. Never forget the fact that you are beautiful. Sometimes the simplest little thing, like going out for a walk, can change everything. You can share a smile with a random bystander in the street. A beautiful person that is going through the exact same thing, the exact same experience. And that smile can change your whole day. It can make everything go away for that moment if you're living in the present. I had a moment recently, and I'm bearing in mind that the drilling is probably going to happen again, but I had a moment recently and I made like a Sims metaphor. I played The Sims quite a lot growing up, and I was able to hyper-focus on that. It was a kind of, maybe not necessarily good because it's engaging a dopamine and an organisation that I really, really love. But anyway, I was up around this, I was standing by a roundabout, and I had this moment where I noticed that all of my bars were full. And I stood there and I was just looking at the roundabout and I was thinking, wow, I feel incredible. I feel so grateful to exist, and I'm so present. I'm hearing everything. I closed my eyes for a moment and I just felt like I was being held by something. I wasn't alone, and no one is alone. We're all doing this together. Walk around and look up. Look around at people's faces. Smile. That will be a realization and an acknowledgement that we're both doing this same thing. We're both in this experience. We're all in this experience. And we're not in a competition. We're not. We're all in it together. And we need to change the way that we're thinking and stop with the I need to be successful. I need to have money. What you need to do is find what you actually love to do and do it. The time is now. The only time that will ever be is right now. The second you are hearing this is the only moment that ever exists. That moment that I just talked about just then, that's gone. This is the only moment that exists. Please understand that. Please. This is the only moment. That moment's now gone. If you're thinking that you might be born again, you're not going to remember this consciousness. So treat this as your only life. Even if you are born again, you're not going to be conscious of this existence. So treat this as your only life. Life is incredible. Look at everything. Look at the things that aren't necessarily beautiful. Look at, there's a little bit of dirt on top of the door frame right there. But the intricacy, if you took a close picture of that at a certain angle, you can turn that into something beautiful. Everything from the right perspective can be looked at with such beauty. Art is the pathway to happiness. We all need to find a way of creating. This is the truth. I've realized it. I had to take time off of work because otherwise you don't get any time to think. You're constantly in this perpetual state of stress, and that is not healthy. You're never ever going to figure out what you actually want to do. And we are so much better than living our whole lives doing something that we don't want to do. Time is far too precious, and you know it. You know it deep down. I'm not saying anything that's up for contention. This is all pure, absolute truth, and you know it. So let's be kind to ourselves. Thankfully, I manifested that drill not kind of causing too much issue, and it didn't. We need to manifest. When you're in bed, think about all the things you're grateful for and all the things you're thankful for. We have all of the things that we need in order to actually exist. Everything else is extracurricular. Think about that. It's crazy. Those moments that you share with people that you love, those laughs, everything is so amazing. That is the child self. You need to nurture your child self. Those things that you loved when you were a child, they're the most important things to you, and they never will change. laughing with your friends, laughing with your family, that is the actual most blissful state of heaven. That is heaven. Laughing and sharing laughs with people that you love. Sharing connection intimately with people that you care for and you love. Don't see it as pressure. Try and enjoy the moment. It is such a magical moment, you know? And there's so much beauty that can be taken from it. That's one of the meanings of life. There are many meanings of life. If anyone tries to say there's one meaning of life, that is not true. One of the meanings of life that I'm aligning with at the moment is discovering oneself. Something that some people are so scared of. So many people are so scared of actually being honest with themselves. And they're trying to rush. They're trying to get the shortcut to loving themselves. You can't love yourself until you know yourself. You can't know yourself until you're honest with yourself. So start now. Be honest with yourself. Your insecurities are superficial. They are. That's just the way that the conventions that we have set for us by other people, by the world, in parallel to what you believe about yourself. It doesn't exist. It's bullshit. And I have to swear sometimes because I need to get my point across. This is incredibly important, people. Please live in the moment. Love yourself. Because you need to be honest. You need to get to that point of knowing yourself. And once you've got there, loving yourself is a drug. It's a drug, and we all deserve to love ourselves. We're in this privileged position together, living, being able to breathe. We always will be able to find food, whether we're homeless or not. If we're homeless, we will find a way of getting food. It's not that expensive. You can get a meal deal for £3.60 or some shit. 2 of those a day, what, that means you have to find a way of getting £7 a day or something. It's not the end of the world. It's really not. Take the risks. I've taken the risks and it's not even been successful yet, but I feel like I'm living. I feel like it's all happened because I've changed my perspective. Life is not the way they have sold it. We don't need to be looking at the news all the time and figuring out what's happening in the world. We need to be focused on ourselves, not in a selfish way, in the fact that we need to know who we are so that we can share ourselves with other people. It's not all about, I need to always just better myself and no one else matters. No, it's about knowing yourself, loving yourself, so that you actually know who you're sharing yourself with. It's very different. So people, listen to what I'm saying. I implore you to take some of this on board because I see people in the streets. I feel it in the streets. I feel it on the trains. I feel it everywhere. People are not happy. They're dejected. They're depressed. Leave the house. Go for a walk, call someone. Everyone has time. They might not think they have time, but they have plenty of time. We are not going to sell our time to people that we don't care about, doing something that we don't want to do, to then maybe get into a position where we have enough money to put a deposit down, to put a contract in place where we're working for the rest of our lives doing something that we don't give a fuck about. Does that sound like something you want to do? Never being able to have a break. If your job doesn't give you security, you have to do this for the rest of your life. And the job is going to mean that you're dejected. You're living in this state of perpetual stress and you can't see the wood through the trees. Take the risk. Take the risk. You are worth so much more than that. You are incredibly beautiful. Take interest in the people in the street. Look at them. Look at their faces. The creation. Oh, it's incredible. Please, for me, take a moment today and create something. Whether it be 4 lines of a poem, whether it be a small drawing, whether it be, as I said, create a wrestler on the new 2K or whatever, make a football team on FIFA. Create something. It will make you feel great. We are here to create. Please, listen to me. That is not superficial. That is the truth. You must create. The brand you must create is actually pretty shit, but the quote is very good. It really is everything. Creation is, if you think about it, it's literally the meaning of life, but you need to also see it from an alternative perspective. We need to create other things, not just children. We need to know ourselves and love ourselves before we bring children into this world. Please, listen to me. This is an amazing experience that we're all sharing together. And it's never going to be a competition. Unless you're in a sport or you're in a competitive situation. We are not competing in terms of success. We're not competing for happiness. We're trying to just do what we want to do and be happy. That's it. That is simply it. You don't need to do anything. Do what you want to do. And once you're doing that, you will feel fulfilled. Take the risk. I love you all. Peace out.